got away to a good start. Also on the inside, running extremely well. Monica Brennan now picking up. And it's Brennan running a great race here with Iman Bala. But Caleb Bernavicius running, but it's going to be Brennan Bernavicius. They cross the line from Hubbard. Bala on the inside. Monica, you had two very successful runs this afternoon. Do you want to tell us about those runs?
I ran the 100 and the 200 today and ran 11.72 in the 101 and then 23.72 in the 200, which is actually equal to my PB. Illegal win, but still good, and won that as well.
Caleb Bernavicius, they battled out the 100 metres. So they straighten up now, and it's Monica Brennan on the inside. Bernavicius running very, very well to try and close the gap. But Brennan now pulling right away here, and it's Monica Brennan going to the line. The good win here. So mid-season, you're running PBs.
Well, hopefully I'll be able to get a lot faster towards the end of the season and get down to where the world qualifiers are to make that team by March.
So you've got great hopes to go towards the World Championships. So
hopefully maybe can sneak on the relay team or even individual. I know they're taking Bs this year, which is exciting. So
who do you consider as your main rivals?
There's definitely Sally Pearson, Mel Breen, Charlotte Van Veendale, quite a few other girls who regularly run in those Australia Tour meets.
But also running well, and so is Moore. They straighten up, and it's Van Veenendaal and Brennan are going to battle this out. Van Veenendaal has got the break. And Van Veenendaal's holding Brennan as she's coming back at her with Hubbard running a great race. But it's going to be Van Veenendaal, Brennan, Hubbard coming through on the inside. Let me take you back a little bit. Of course, you ran in the World Junior Championships in Barcelona.
Yes.
How did that go for you?
Really good. I made the semis and came 11th overall. And it was a very tough competition, a lot harder than World Youth the year before, as there was another age group above, but really exciting. I mean, a couple of girls who made the final in my race actually went on to run in the Olympics and made the semis as well, so top quality field.
So you would have been in the lower age group of that World Juniors?
I was in the middle. I was 18 where there were some 19-year-old girls, which makes it difficult, but it's what you have to do.
So with that in mind, so that gives you a lot of confidence towards this year having a good run in the World Juniors?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I worked off that as my base for this season, so hopefully it can go a lot faster this season with times.
Right. And you are coached by your dad, Chris?
I am coached by my dad. The whole time. He's coached me ever since I was 5 years old.
Monica to coach is really good. She's a very focused athlete. Probably one of my major jobs as a coach is to hold her back because she really works so hard. And if you work too hard, you can actually damage yourself as a sprinter. So I set out her plan for the week and just make sure she doesn't go over that plan. So, structuring her whole program throughout the season, planning what event she's going to go in. It's become a lot more complex now because she's up there with the top few in the country. So, we've got to look at the tour events and she can't over race. We've got to make sure she does the right amount to lead up to the Nationals, so she's at her peak for the Nationals. So, yeah, it's a lot more intensive and you've got to put a lot more thought into it now, but she's good to coach. Yeah. Good. The squad's really good. We've got a really good group of young guys that actually run with her, so that's very helpful for Monica because it sort of pushes her along. And the squad also consists of a lot of younger people, young kids that really look up to Monica, and Monica sort of helps them along a lot because they realise that she's one of the top athletes in the country, and they watch what she does, and she does everything so well and professional. So they actually learn a lot from her just watching her move and the way she applies herself in training.
Away clean, Singh for New South Wales out quickly there in lane 3, might have the early lead, chasing after her O'Kane of Western Australia, but it's the middle lanes, Williams, Brennan, Byrne, the two Victorians going out to Queensland on the outside. Brennan finishing strongly, Brennan's got the better, Brennan's going to take the win for Victoria, 12.02 the time.
With the athletics now, what are your long-term goals?
Long-term goals were definitely watching the Olympics last year, would definitely be Rio in 4 years' time, so that's a big long-term goal for me. And also Com Games the next year, and you've got the World Champs after that, so there's lots of little things along the way as well, but definitely Olympics is the big one.
You get many opportunities to run against someone like, say, Sally Pearson?
I do run against, it's good when she gets to run in the Australian Tour meets. I've raced her several times now actually. I actually just came back from Queensland a couple of weeks ago where I raced her in a 4x4, which was fun. She smashed me, but still, it's always good to race, an Olympic champion in any event.
The next four will have to go through on time, but Pearson is striding away, about a 5 to 6 metre lead over Brennan, who's running very well the Victorian, but Pearson goes through to the final, no doubt about it. Brennan, a good run there in the second place.
So, Monica, you've got everything very, very clearly panned out. You've got a great future ahead of you, and I think that you've done extremely well. We wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Very close one here in heat number 3. Coming through there is Brennan, the Victorian. Brennan will lead this third heat as they come into the straight. Hayley Butler, her biggest danger on the inside. Brennan starting to stretch away. Coming on her is Kendra Hubbard. Monica Brennan will go down, win it easily. Close for second there.